Hey everyone, welcome back to Unstoppable Mind, and welcome to today's explainer. Today, we are setting off on an absolutely incredible journey to uncover masterpieces that have literally stood the test of time for more than 1,000 years. We're going to be exploring the architectural wonders of ancient Karnataka. We're talking about structures that survived wars, the rise and fall of mighty empires, and centuries of relentless change. So if you're fascinated by history, mind-blowing engineering, and incredible stories carved right into stone, well, you are in exactly the right place.
Really think about this for a second. What if I told you that Karnataka is home to temples that have stood for well over a millennium? And we aren't just talking about your standard run-of-the-mill places of worship here. We're talking about monumental masterpieces, entire complexes carved from solid stone by ancient architects whose skills still, to this day, completely baffle modern experts. These ancient stones are practically singing the hymns of the past. Okay, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, ancient architectural treasures. 2, Hampi's surviving masterpiece. 3, the wonders of Belur and Halebidu. 4, Badami cave temples. 5, Aihole and Pattadakal complexes. And finally, number 6, a priceless heritage.
Let's jump right in. Section 1. Ancient architectural treasures. Traveling through time and stone. Moving on to Section 2. Hampi's surviving masterpiece, the legacy of the Vijayanagara Empire.
From grand, sprawling ruins to the most incredibly intricate stone sculptures, Karnataka preserves some of India's absolute greatest architectural achievements. Our very first destination is the breathtaking landscape of Hampi. Now, this was the heart of the once powerful Vijayanagara Empire, which was one of the most formidable kingdoms in all of South Indian history. And rising right out of that landscape is the magnificent Virupaksha temple. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, this towering structure is so special because it's been an active, continuous center of worship for over 700 years. That glowing entrance tower, it's an absolute marvel of ancient engineering.
But here is the truly crucial point about this place: its unbelievable resilience. Back in the 16th century, the city of Hampi suffered a massive, devastating attack by invading forces, and much of the magnificent city was just completely destroyed, reduced to rubble. Yet somehow, against all odds, the Virupaksha temple survived the fall of the empire, and it continues to welcome devotees today.
Just take a second to appreciate the sheer scale of this thing. You can really get a sense of its grandeur. That massive entrance tower doesn't just sit in the landscape, it totally dominates it. It rises so powerfully above the sprawling, boulder-strewn terrain of Hampi that you can see it from miles away.
But you know, the grand exterior is only half the story. Stepping inside feels exactly like walking right into a living, breathing piece of history. The walls and these magnificent pillars are completely covered with elaborate carvings. And it's not just random art. Each one is telling a vibrant, ancient story straight out of Hindu mythology.
All right, Section 3, Wonders of Belur and Halebidu, masterpieces of intricate craftsmanship.
I absolutely love this quote. Historians frequently describe Halebidu as an open-air art gallery made entirely of stone. Think about that for a second. These temples aren't just famous locally, they are celebrated all over the globe for containing a level of intricate detail that is virtually unrivaled anywhere else in the world. So, we are shifting our focus now from the massive, towering scale of Hampi to the astonishing, almost microscopic precision achieved by the 12th century Hoysala dynasty. Look at the sheer density of the artwork at the Chennakeshava temple in Belur. Every single inch feels alive. You've got these microscopic stone carvings of warriors, elegant dancers, animals, and gods, all of it crafted with a precision so perfect that the details are still crystal clear centuries later. And remember, they did this all using simple hand tools, pure human skill, no machinery. It's crazy. Now, just a short distance away is the Hoysaleswara temple in Halebidu, which is dedicated to Lord Shiva. Its outer walls boast thousands, literally thousands of individual sculptures. And because it depicts ancient epics, massive battles, deities, and even just scenes from daily life, it basically acts as a massive stone canvas. It provides us with a totally priceless historical record of what life was like during the Hoysala period.
Imagine, just for a moment, the immense human skill and patience required to carve this sprawling exterior. I mean, the craftsmanship is so mesmerizingly detailed that visitors today regularly spend hours and hours just standing in front of these walls, studying the endless stories carved into the rock.
Let's head to Section 4, Badami Cave Temples, carving into the earth.
Here at Badami, we see a radical shift in technique. This was pioneered by the Chalukya dynasty way back in the 6th and 7th centuries. So instead of stacking stones to build upward, ancient craftsmen did something completely different. They carved entire temple complexes directly into the side of massive, solid sandstone cliffs. When you really compare the two methods, freestanding temples built up from the ground versus rock-cut caves hollowed out of solid cliffs, the engineering feat becomes just staggering. They were physically removing tons and tons of rock to reveal the temple hidden inside the mountain. To achieve this without a single piece of modern machinery, simply mind-blowing. And then, looking inside, the devotion is just palpable. You have these beautiful interior pillars and stunning sculptures of Hindu deities emerging seamlessly from the rock itself. These are actually some of the earliest examples of temple architecture in Karnataka, showcasing immense, pure engineering brilliance.
Moving on to Section 5, Aihole and Pattadakal complexes, the cradle of design.
So, where did all these incredible architectural ideas actually originate? Well, let's trace it back to the foundational roots. Aihole holds a very special title. It is often referred to as the cradle of Indian temple architecture. More than 1,000 years ago, this place essentially served as a massive open-air laboratory. It contains over 100 ancient temples, which basically served as a training ground where ancient architects experimented with unique designs that would eventually go on to influence temple construction all across India.
One of the most famous results of those ancient experiments is the Durga Temple. Check out that incredibly unusual, curved architectural design. The elegant stonework and that totally unique shape make it stand out dramatically, really showcasing the immense creativity that was born out of this ancient design laboratory. And not far from there is Pattadakal, an absolutely magnificent UNESCO World Heritage Site. This remarkable complex is the ultimate meeting point where northern and southern Indian architectural styles beautifully blended together. Built during the Chalukya period, these stunning temples were frequently used as the grand backdrop for royal ceremonies and massive celebrations.
And finally, Section 6, a priceless heritage, the enduring legacy of Karnataka's ancient stones.
As we wrap up this explainer, let's just take a moment to reflect on the immense historical and emotional weight of the journey we've just taken. Karnataka's ancient temples are so much more than just historical monuments. Captured here in the beautiful twilight, they stand as living reminders of the creativity, the deep devotion, and the undeniable engineering brilliance of our ancestors. From the grand, towering ruins of Hampi to the intricate, mind-boggling wonders of Belur, Halebidu, Badami, Aihole, and Pattadakal, they form a truly priceless heritage. If you ever find yourself planning a trip, these definitely belong on your travel list.
So I have to ask you, which of these ancient Karnataka temples impressed you the most? Was it the sheer massive scale of Hampi, or maybe the microscopic detail of Belur? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for exploring these incredible stories with me today. If you enjoyed this explainer, please like, share, and make sure to hit that subscribe button for Unstoppable Mind. Until our next explainer, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep your mind unstoppable.